so welcome to week 2 of block 7, last week of February, almost springtime. So we're going to start standing, and you need your chair and the usual suspects. Okay, so once you're ready, we'll just get going. Okay, so take your blocks again. Okay, so put your block or your blocks in again as your parallel machine. Go. Standing nice and tall. Make sure the t-shirt's even so it looks like I'm standing straight. Oh, now they're back. Okay, hang on. Having a bit of a glitchy start this morning. Okay, so parallel machines in. Remember, some people have got the block between feet, some people between the knees. I've got 2. Whatever gives you the best alignment. Okay, so just soften the knees. We're going to start with our pelvic tilts straight away. So really remember the pelvic floor. We worked on that loads last week. So every time you tuck under, you zip up your pelvic floor. So bringing it as high up as you can. So nice and slow tucks. Okay. And I want you to focus on your feet, on your little tripods, making sure the weight is evenly distributed. And then suck up all the energy through your legs, through your pelvic floor, and let it float into your spine. So every time you tuck under, your spine also lengthens. And then your head just happily floats on top. You're definitely looking very parallel. Good. And rather than thinking along your spine, think along your waist as well. So make the sides nice and long. Okay, now keep that engagement. So we're softly tucked under, 30%, tummy engaged, spine long, waist long, and then we're going to rock forwards and backwards. That's it. So just shifting the weight on the tripod. So we're coming more to the front 2 tripod feet and then to the back. That's it. Just feel how your tummy engages a little bit more as you do that. There might be some other naughty things happening, like my toes are crunching, so they should be nice and relaxed. My feet are also wanting to turn out. They should be nice and relaxed and pointing forward. And then we're going to rock from side to side. And by like a plank, no bending from the waist. Try tucking under a little bit more, because once you start rocking, we'll forget. And that includes the teacher. And then let's go around in circles. Keep lengthening the spine and the waist. Remember, it's like a plank or like a broomstick circling around. I'm seeing a little bit of hula hoop going on in places. That's better. Excellent. And now stopping in the center. And we're gonna bend the knees and straighten. Don't fully straighten, only as far as you can with keeping your pelvic floor and your tummy engaged. So really again, working on zipping up that pelvic floor. And at the same time, we'll lengthen our spine. So you want to think in 2 different directions. You're melting down towards the floor because your knees just fold, but on the other hand, you're lengthening your spine and growing as you bend. Okay, then let's stay in that knee bend. So go as low as you can without cramping anything. And we're going to try tuck under a little bit more, because I'm sure we've lost the tuck. And then we're going to rock forwards and backwards. Oh, that's weird. Keep lengthening, so sinking and lengthening. And side to side. And check, are you still tucked under? And I'm going round in circles. And the other way around. Okay, lengthen your necks. Coming to the center, tuck under a little bit more. And we're going to straighten our legs fully under control. So core controls, 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 and now float up onto your toes. And lower. So really pulling up the thighs. We're just going to go rise and lower now. But tucking under. See if you can tuck under as you rise. Which will also engage your under bottom. So if I sort of take one of Steve's quotes, imagine you've got a 50-pound note between your bum cheeks. You don't want to lose that.
Forgotten my own quotes.
Okay, excellent. Soft knees again. Let's just do our Pilates approved arm floats. My bum's just come right back out, so readjust the pelvis, floating arms side and all the way up. Just a few arm up floats because we're all good with those. Make sure it's in peripheral vision. So try and keep the elbows a little bit straighter. Remember the garden hose, the water and the energy needs to go through. And make sure that the palms really face each other. Very nice. Okay, so this is your Pilates arm float. Now to compare with yoga, bring your arms a little bit further back. So your shoulders are engaged. Okay, tuck under more and bring your arms upwards as far behind you as you can without sticking your bum out. You'll find you'll have to rotate a little bit more and probably the arms have to come forward at some point unless you're very, very loose in the upper back. So it's just a different approach to doing this. So the Pilates one is more of the natural path up. And the yoga approach, it just engages your upper back a little bit more. Okay, we'll do one more. Excellent. And relax the arms. Soften the knees again. We're just going to do a very easy going spinal rotation. You're just going to wrap around. You can let the hips go a little bit. As much as you can with your block between your feet or knees or both. But keep your core under control. And let your head swivel around. And maybe let the arms come a little bit higher. Mine is done sort of slapping. Okay, and then less dynamic, sort of let it pendle out until there's no more movement left. Okay, more spinal rotation, slightly different. So bend knees, tuck under, bring your hands together, elbows out. Now this time you're going to try and keep the hips forward and we're just going to do them faster. So I'm keeping my head forward because that's easier to control. So feet forward, knees forward, hips forward, head forward. That's it. Have that sensation again of sinking into your knee bend, lengthening the spine. You should be feeling loads of things in the waist waking up. Now keep going with a few more. And relax. Good. Little wake up side bend, so just nice and easy as always. Up and over to the side. And recover. Keeping the spine nice and long as if you are against the back wall or the mirror. Theme going on here this morning. It's all pinky and yeah, it's overall pink and purples. I like it. Good, and then let's stay to the first side. Bend your knees again, tuck under, and we just do gentle pulses. That's with your upper body, not the legs. Yeah, so just gently pulsing as if you want to reach the floor and tuck under more. And recover. Same thing to the other side. Bend, tuck, and little pulses, nice and gentle. Make sure this top shoulder stays open. And recover. And let's have a leisurely roll down. So chin to chest, rolling down. Checking the knees and the feet. Letting the arms relax, letting the head relax. Straightening your legs at the bottom. Bend them lower than before. Really engage your pelvic floor to initiate the rolling up. And let's float arms up as well. And finish on a rise. Okay, and repeat, rolling down. This time we're going to stay down and we're going to do the little pulses again. So tucking under, bent knees, pulse your upper body. So I want you to imagine you pulling your belly button so far in that it touches your spine. I'm still pulsing my upper body. I'm going to go sideways. So my knees are still. It's my upper body that pulses. Belly is right in. And I do have a lump on my spine, that's the microphone. And then zip up, hollow, roll back up. Again, floating out to the side. And rise. And rolling back down. Now this time we pulse again, but it's your knees that pulse. So let the head and the arms hang. Again, belly button in and pulse your knees. So I'm sending the knees forwards. Looks like it's the same thing, but it feels slightly different. Applying that naughty puppy feeling. Quite tough on the core actually, I like it. And then rolling up. Again, floating arms up. And rise. Shoulders down. And we'll have one more, rolling down. And this time you're just going to sway your upper body from side to side. As little or as vigorous as you like. You can see whether you can pulse and sway. That's a little bit hard to coordinate. That's good for you. Okay, come to the center, rolling back up into rise. Floating arms up. And rise. Shoulders down. Ankles together, push in. And lower down. Excellent. So grab your stretchy band. There we go. Just couldn't be bothered to rearrange the blocks. So we're going to do exactly the same as we did last week. Just we had the feet wide. This time we're going to have the feet narrow, which will make it harder. So arms wider than your shoulders, knees bent, tucked. I'm just going to float the band up, keeping the shoulders down. Okay. Now I don't want you to particularly pull on the band, just bend your elbows and see whether the band lands right on top of your head. That's it, then stretch them back out and forward. Okay, let's do that a few more times. So in an ideal world, we'd now be in a flat pack and you just lower down and the band lands exactly on top of your head. I just want to make sure that everybody's got their arms as far up as you can. That's it, nice. Okay, let's bring the band up and over. So exactly to that nice position that we had. Tuck the bum under because you are in the flat pack and then apply tension and bring the band behind you. And reverse. So there's no rush. If you need longer to do this, take your time. If it's really hard, grab the band wider. If it's too easy, take it double. I'm just going to do a few more. So taking your time, imagine, so yes, you're in the flat pack, so you can't do this or this or this. It's just your arms can magically move behind you. And again, remember what we did at the beginning of the class. Your knees are bent, energy goes down, but you're growing your spine at the same time. And the rest just moves independently, floatily. Is that a word, floatily? Okay, now this time we're going to bring the arms up, apply a little bit of tension and go to the place where it sort of starts stretching. And we're just going to hover there. That's it. I'm going to move 1 inch further back. So it's stretching more now, isn't it? Make sure it's just 1 inch. So you might have to pull the band to go further back. I can't go any further back from here, so I'm pulling it. I'm going another inch further back. And you find how the arms sort of need to rotate in their sockets, because if they don't, you're not going to go anywhere. So allow that rotation. And another little inch. Oh, there was a big rotation there. I also stuck my bum out, so I'll put that all back under. And another inch. And another inch. And another. And another. And another. So now I'm actually allowing the band to pull my arms closer together. And another. Another, and then all the way down. So at some point it gets easier again once you're over that, let's call it danger zone. We're going to do exactly the same thing, but starting from the back. So float the arms up behind you until you find a stretch, and we hover there. Okay, lift the arms a little bit higher. And try and work the arms evenly. There's always one that's more dominant than the other. And a little bit higher. Ooh, big pain zone here. So So remember, at some point you're going to have to pull the band further apart so you can move. And a little bit higher. Reassess posture, heads in line, bums in line, and a little bit higher. And a little bit higher, so I have to pull the band here because it's the impossible range. And a little bit higher. And a little bit higher. Ooh, total impossible range. I love the faces. A little bit higher. And a little bit higher. Oh, it's difficult, isn't it? And a little bit higher. And a little bit more. And I want to push the shoulders down at some point because they will want to rise up. Push them down. Nice. We're just going to do 2 more smooth ones, which hopefully will be a little bit easier now. So soft knees and just up and over. Mine definitely do have a smoother ride now. 1 more. Okay, excellent. Good. Blocks out. Now, there was something I tried out earlier on, and now I can't, of course, remember what it was. That's going well, isn't it? Let me just have a little fiddle. Okay, yes, I think I've got it. Okay, let me show you once. I'm going to show it both from either side. So I'm standing on my band with both legs. I'm holding the band like a skiing stick. Okay, so my legs are wider than my hips. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to float my arms forward. Okay, then I'm going to bend my knees, and then I'm going to hinge forward, pushing the arms away. And then I'm going to open the arms to the side. And then everything comes back down. I'll show you sideways because it's a little bit of a process. So, feet wider than my hips. Part number 1 is floating the arms forward. Bending the knees so my spine is still upright. Now I'm going to hinge forward from the hips, but I need to push my arms forward as well. So I'm pushing the arms forward. So I'm in a flat back, no good being here. So it might only be a very little flat back. Lengthen the arms forward. And then I'm going to float the arms sideways. And recover to standing. Right, let's do a few of those then. So, arms forward, bending knees, hinging, and open. And recover. Now, if you're good with squatting, you can actually take this into a proper squat. There. Bend knees and a hinge you have to do at the same time, so I'm much lower now with my bum. Open arms to the side and recover. That's it. If your band feels too tight, you've got to cheat a little bit rather than just stepping in. Have more tension in between your feet, because then you've got more slack on the side here. Okay. So let's keep going. So arms forward, bend knees, hinge into squat, and open arms to the side. And recover. Let's have 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one. 5. And relax. Good. We're just going to have another nice little roll down in between. Okay, so feet back to parallel. Keep holding onto your band. Soft knees, roll down. And rolling back up. One more. Now as you're down there, take your bend a little bit tighter. Yeah, I'm going to roll up against the resistance. That's it. From there, we're now going to go a side bend. One more each side. And rolling down again. So if you found you didn't have enough resistance, you can adjust that again once you're down there. So I'm going to grab it tighter. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take my band double. And then rolling back up. Oh yes, that definitely makes a lot of difference. That's it. And side bend. Okay, and rolling back down. So what we want to do now, I'm going to go sideways. Make yourself a loop with a band. So I'm folding it over and holding it double. I don't know what you can see, so I'm going to do that here against the there, fold it over. So you just hold the band with both hands. You've got a little loop. That's it. Okay. So nice and tight. You're now going to try and curve your spine against the resistance of the band. So remember the naughty dog feeling. So knees bend, pull your belly button in, and then tuck your bum under as you try and roll up a little bit. And feel that stretch in your lower spine. And then release again. So tucking bum under, belly button in, naughty dog, tucking under. Stretching the lower spine. And release. Let's do 4 more. And tuck under. And release. 3 more. Belly in. Stretching out. Remember, this is a little bit again like fish in the water. So fisherman has got the hook in your lower spine, and fisherman pulls you out of the water by the lower spine. Last one. And relax. Good. Relax down there. Let go of the band. Soft knees or straight knees. Just wiggle around again. Okay, if you have the band double, rearrange it again so it's singular. Step in the middle. Ish. And roll back up. Okay, going to do more spinal rotation. So, you've got to float one arm forward, one arm backwards, and rotate. So again, thinking energy goes down, energy of the spine goes up, and you rotate. Let your hips go with you a little bit if you want. That means one knee is probably bending while the other one is straightening. And then see whether you keep your knees still and your hips still. So it's just the rotation and the arms floating up. Or not, because that's quite hard, isn't it? And every time the arms pass your legs, zip up and hollow. Okay, relax. I think that's enough upper back now. Let's do some feet and legs. So if you grab your chair, I think I'm going to take my socks off. I am actually warm. Ah, there we go. You can see my feet on the mat now. So we're going to have feet together. Feet and ankles together, knees if you can, it really depends on leg shape. So hold on to the chair for balance. We're just going to push up onto your feet as high as you can. So really do hold on, even if you're good at balancing, but I want you to really push those heels higher up. Yeah, I'm going to turn sideways, so really make sure those heels come up as high as you can. 12-inch heels. Three more. Good, so we're going to do it again, but this time we're going to have the block between the ankles. Okay, so 10 more rises without losing your block. So you have to push inwards, which means we engage our inner thighs. 2, coming back to your tripods down there. 3, 4, oh, this is hard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very interesting, my left calf is screaming. And that's because I had the block in there, because my left foot's normally always doing this. With the block it had to come to the normal alignment and the calf's not used to doing that at all. Right, let's turn our feet out. It doesn't have to be as turned out like a ballet dancer. 45 degrees will do, but just make sure the feet are even. Again, tucking under, pulling up the legs, we're going to do another 10 rises. So pushing the heels forward to the camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, nice and smooth like an elevator. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake your feet up. We'll definitely know where our calves are today. Okay, we're going to do a roll through. So I'm facing the mirror, not the mirror, I'm facing the mirror, I'm facing the chair. I should not roll through, I'm just going to do pulses. So I'm going to go up as high as I can again, staying up as high as I can, and then try and push the knees forward towards the chair. So you just pulse there. So it's no good having the heels down here. They want to be as high up as you can. Little pulses. Remember, you are growing. So if you're very strong, simply go lower down and it'll soon get much harder. Woo! So I feel my calves screaming and the front above my knees, the quads that are attached there, they're saying, oh, yeah, long time no do. And recover. Yes, it's a really good exercise for foot mobility, sole of foot stretch, and quads. Let's do the same thing with feet at 45. You can stay facing the chair. I'm going to go this way around so you can see better. So as high up as you possibly can. And I'm pushing the knees out. So see how my heels are staying up. Tucking under, lengthening. That's it. If it's easy, then you simply go lower. Oh, pushing towards the big toe, pushing the heels forward. Right, 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And recover. Shake legs out. I think we deserve a calf stretch perhaps. So here we go, nice and parallel. Okay, so do what you need to do. I know some of us need to lean forward, others need to stay upright. I'm definitely a leaner forward person. And really think of pushing the heel into the ground. How much of the heel can you get into the ground? And swapping legs. Good, I need to lean forward a bit more. Okay, relax. Right, let's do some core activation. So turn the chair around. We're going to be like this. So we start with the easy version, and then you can choose whether you stick with the easy version or whether you're going to take it a nudge up. You want to make sure that your shoulders are sort of your wrists, and I've got my hands just on the outside of the chair. Okay, from there, you're simply going to float one knee forward and get your head in as much as you can. So changing legs. So basically trying to put your knee into your forehead. Now to get this properly, because although I'm slim, there seem to be things in the way, organs and stuff. So pull your tummy in before you float the knee up, because then you will have more room. So zip up and hollow and then float up, and you'll find there's more room. And what's also nice is when you come back, stretching your back out, so you're getting that upper back extension there. So knee floats in, and out, tummy in. So in a way, it's like happy cat and sad cat. So this would be a sad cat, just on one leg. And you put the foot back down, you come to happy cat. I can definitely feel my core. One more. And then let's put the hands on the chair. We're just going to quickly stretch out in a flat back here. That's it. You can put the arms on the backrest of the chair. That'll make life easier. That's it. Nice. Wiggle your bum from side to side. Good, recover, back to the position before. Now we're going to do the same thing, but rather than bringing your knee to your forehead, you're going to try and bring the knee to the side and dip your nose onto the knee. Yeah, so it gets more into the obliques, and you also feel your glutes more. So it's exactly the same thing. Try and kiss your knee and stretching out. Try and kiss your knee, stretching out. Again, looks like little dog goes for a wee wee, doesn't it? Okay, stretching out and flat back. So we're going to do the same sequence again, 10 of each, so you can either stay with the level that you had, Or if you feel you want to work harder, you just got to have your legs further away from the chair. So we're leaning more forward. So getting ready. So that was your normal position. So if you want to work harder, have your feet further away. That might mean that you're up on tippy toes. Yeah, so I'm literally in a plank position for the harder version. There we go. So in. And we're still going to try that chest extension. It looks like I'm very arched. Oh, I probably am. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, stretching out. That's definitely working. Enjoying that flat back. Even gets the heart rate up. Okay, and last time with the knees to the side, so take your options. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God, that's Pilates boot camp. 8, 9. Last one. 10. Flat back. Okay, excellent. Once we've got the chair here, we're going to do our bum exercises. So our hands back. And we're going to start with putting the leg to 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock, depending which leg you've got. Okay? So imagine the clock face underneath you. I've got my right foot, so my right foot should be at 5 o'clock. Okay, we're going to do 16 lifts. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, tummy in, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Legs together, wiggle your bum from side to side. We're going to do the same leg, but this time it's going to be at in between 3 and 4 o'clock, so as far to the side as it goes. Nice and parallel, so the kneecaps pointing towards the chair. Could be straight leg, could be bent leg. And we're going to go for another 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all feeling it, 13, 14, 15, 16, legs together, wiggle. Okay, in that position, same leg as you just used, we're going to fold over to do our bum stretch. If this is not working, just sit yourself down and do your bum stretch. Yes, you're trying to lower your bum as low to the ground and push the knee down as much as you can. Might be easier to hold up higher on the chair. Oh, quite like that, because you get a back stretch as well. somehow more stable as well. But sitting down is good. Anything that stretches the area that has just been working. Okay, let's rearrange everything to the other side. So let's start 7 o'clock or 5 o'clock, depending which leg you've got. Ready for 16 lifts. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Legs together, wiggle. Okay, then leg as close to 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock as you can. Kneecaps forward. So 16 again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, oh dear, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, well done, wiggle jiggle. So I'm targeting all the areas that are probably getting a little bit slack during lockdown, which is your glutes, lots of sitting down. Okay, and fold over and stretch it out. Seated or just where you are, doesn't matter. Wiggle jiggle. Whew. And recover. Well, we definitely know where our bum is now, I should think. We felt our core and we felt our bum. Let's have a good old sit down. Ah, nice. Right, let's find the inner thighs, so legs out. I'm sitting right to the front of the chair. I'm just going to push the knees to the side. So if you're very bendy and this doesn't work for you, then obviously take your bum off the chair and then push the knees to the side. So take your options. Get the hair out of the eyes. You know when you've got one hair trapped and it's sort of stuck in your eyelash. There we go. Love the faces, nice. Rocking from side to side. That's it, and optional, you can push the one shoulder forward. And switch to the other side. Remember that all works perfectly well on the chair. And recover. Okay, hamstring. So feet together, stretch one leg forward. Actually, we could use a stretchy band for this. Just gets that foot a little bit more activated. So flexing the foot nicely, making sure the little toe does come around as well. So I've got a fully straight leg. And we're just going to hinge forward. So walk your hands as far forward as you need to with a stretchy bend. If you wanted, you could bring your arms backwards and you feel your upper back a little bit more. But I think I'm just going to relax down. And obviously if you don't need the bend, if you're loose enough to just hold your foot, then do that. Relaxing the head. Just breathing into that stretch. And if for anybody this doesn't stretch your hamstring, you can go back to what we did last week, where we had the leg up on the chair, hinging forward. Okay. few more seconds. And recover. Other leg. Put your stretchy band round if you need it. Straightening the leg fully. And relaxing forward. Keeping the foot flexed. Don't fall off the chair. I'm hanging on the edge here. And just relax. Few more seconds. And relax. Coming back up. Okay, both legs forward. And hinging forwards. You could have your block on the floor to hold on to. And if that doesn't work for anybody, we can just sit on the floor or stand and fold forward. I quite like the sensation for the lower spine here, so a very subtle stretch. I just pointed my feet, so if it doesn't work with flexed feet, just let your feet do what they need to be doing. And slowly rolling back up. Okay, we haven't done any hip flexors yet. Shall we do something nice and gentle for the hip flexors today? Okay, let us stand back up. And we're just going to kneel down in front of the chair. Take hands off chair to start with. We're going to tuck under and hinge forward. That's it, you should be feeling those hip flexors. Once you feel them, you can then lean forward. But keep tucking under. You might have to move the chair. You might feel you can't lean forward. That's fine. Just do what you need to do to feel a decent hip flexor stretch. You could also try it with your toes curled under off the back foot, because that'll be slightly different. So if you want more foot mobility, curl your toe under. Just a few more breaths. Okay, rearranging to the other side. So starting with kneeling first. Tuck under. Just see where that brings you. And then start hinging forwards. Lean forwards or stay upright. Whatever it is your body needs to do. Remember, both sides are usually very different, because we've got one standing leg and one doing leg. Standing leg will be much tighter. Optional, curl the toes under. Few more breaths. Nice. Good. We're going to come back up to standing and do our quads. So you can either do the, just use a chair any which way to hold on to, either do the normal one, if you're struggling with that, foot and stretchy band. If you're quite confident with this one, take the bent double. Nothing, maybe not. And loop the band over shoulder. And then see whether you can float it further backwards. And balancing, very good. Very good. Other side, take your options. Remember, as always, tuck under, that's the most important thing, then bring the knee to the midline, and then it goes backwards. Remember the beginning of class, sinking down, but lengthening, extending up. So this one will eventually lead into the ice skating thing, where you have your foot up here and you hold it. You've got until Easter. Balance if you like. Very good, relax. And we're just going to do to finish one nice roll down, finish on a rise with the arms up. Okay, so without block, just make sure everything's nicely aligned, soft knees, lengthen, and roll away. No rush, you take your own timing. If you're faster or slower than me, doesn't matter. As long as we all arrive with our arms up on tippy toes at some point. And rise. Okay, and then lower back down. Don't worry, just take your time. And we'll have a high five to finish. Well done, everybody.